you've ever wondered how to get started with ethical hacking using Kali Linux, you are in the right place. Kali Linux provides essential tools for any aspiring ethical hacker. So let's dive right in. Before we proceed, let's quickly introduce Kali Linux. Kali Linux is an advanced penetration testing Linux distribution used for penetration testing, ethical hacking, and network security assessment. Kali Linux has been designed in the form of a framework as it comes with pre-installed tools. The tools in Kali Linux cover various types of use cases, which I explain in step 3. Also, there is an exciting bonus coming your way at the end of the video. Keep watching. The first step in mastering Kali Linux is getting it installed on your machine. In this video, we will guide you through the installation process, providing clear instructions and tips along the way. Don't worry, if you are new to this process, we'll make it easy for you to follow along. Go to Kali Linux from kali.org. You can download Kali Linux images for your relevant platform. It takes some minutes to download the image depending on your internet speed. In this video, I show you 2 methods for creating Kali Linux machine. If you do not like virtualization, I suggest you to run Kali Linux from USB. For this, go to kali.org, click on Download, select Live Boot, select Recommended for 64-bit Kali 2023.4, which is the latest version, and push the download button. It takes some time, depending on your internet speed. After it gets downloaded, you connect USB with at least 8 GB to your computer. Open Balenacher, select File and select your USB. And then click on Flash. You can boot this from USB drive. When it's completed, you can boot your computer from USB drive and have your Kali Linux machine running from USB. If you are comfortable with virtualization and you have VirtualBox installed in your machine, you can create Kali in VirtualBox. Go to kali.org, click on Download, then select Virtual Machine Image. You can select VirtualBox image and click on Download. You also can click on Docs for installation instruction. After downloading the pre-building VirtualBox image, unzip the file. This image comes with a pre-defined VirtualBox configuration. So we start VirtualBox, click on Add and choose kali.vbox image. It takes a few seconds, depending on your machine CPU and RAM, to start Kali. The default credentials are Kali for username and password. Now you have a running Kali Linux machine. So let's move on second step. The security best practice says never use a default credential. So you should change the default password. Open Terminal Emulator in your Kali machine. You can check the username with Who Am I command. Now to change the password for username Kali, type the command passwd. It asks for current password, which is Kali in our case. Then prompt for new password and retype new password. So the password for Kali has been changed. Now next step is changing the root password. Root has the highest privilege access in your machine, and it is a high security risk to keep it with a default password. The same process we need to follow. First, log in as a root user, then change the root password with the same method we did for Kali. You also should check the version of operating system. We go to terminal again with the command cat etc os-release. Now we see the version of operating system in our machine. If the version is not the latest, update and upgrade it to the latest version. Always check the latest update with the command sudo apt update. If there is an update available, you run sudo apt upgrade. You also can use -y in this command to pass the yes response to prompt installation question. It's also good to run sudo apt auto remove after upgrading command. It removes the package that might not need it anymore. We done necessary steps after installing Kali Linux. Now let's get familiar with Kali Linux tools. As I mentioned earlier, Kali Linux came with some default tools. So let's check them. On a desktop, click on Kali logo in top left and then application directory, which will open. The tools listed in 13 categories to address different use cases in ethical hacking. First category is information gathering, and you can see the list of tools that helps for this use case. Second is the vulnerability analysis, and it has some tools in this category as well. Category 3 is web application analysis, which comes with pre-installed tools that could be used for this purpose. Category 4, database assessment, and Category 5, password attacks. You can select the tools in these categories, and also in Category 6, there is a tools for wireless attacks. Category 7 and 8 are for reverse engineering and exploitation tools. Category 9 contains the tools for sniffing and spoofing attacks. Category 10 includes the tool for post-exploitation, and Category 11 is for forensics investigations. When you've done your tasks, ethical hackers need to report the finding. Category 12 is reporting tools, and the Category 13 is social engineering tools. Depending on your use case, you can choose one or combination of tools and categories. Congratulations! You have taken the first step toward mastering Kali Linux and ethical hacking. Here comes your bonus. Did you know that there are many interesting resources hidden under user share directory? These resources could be leveraged in penetration tests. For example, user share word lists contains word lists for password, username, file, directory, which could be used in brute force attack. Or user shared web shells contains some web shells categorized by programming language like PHP, JSP, and others. I hope you found this video informative and inspiring. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. And as always, feel free to leave any questions or suggestions in comment section below. Until next time, stay secure, stay protected.